Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle. We still believe that she can come home. We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves.
84-year-old Nancy Guthrie has been missing for more than 3 weeks. Her disappearance is one of the most disturbing and haunting cases in recent times. A mother and grandmother, Nancy vanished seemingly without a trace from her home in Catalina Foothills, just outside Tucson, Arizona. What makes this particular case so chilling and so compelling isn't just the lack of answers. It's the unsettling chain of circumstances surrounding what investigators believe was most certainly a violent abduction.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive.
Her family, her community, and millions of other people who have followed the story, in large part because of her daughter Savannah Guthrie, are desperate for answers. But for weeks now, there have been more questions than answers, and more theories than certainties.
Cheers. I love being home. Don't drink the whole thing. Well, Mom, you guys came here in the 70s and you'd been moving all around. What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
It's so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle. Yeah, I like to watch the javelina eat my plants.
But the best thing about Tucson is coming home and
Yes.
seeing you guys. Should we raise a glass? Prickly pear margarita? Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.
So let's look at exactly where investigators are with the disappearance, here on In Summary. Nancy was last seen at around 9:50 on January the 31st, when her son-in-law, Tommaso Ciorni, dropped her off at home. She'd spent the evening with family after dinner, and it was expected she would wake early the following morning to attend a church service or to spend some time with friends. So when she didn't show up and failed to answer her calls, that's when her family and friends became concerned. The Pima County Sheriff's Department responded, and very quickly the case shifted from a missing person inquiry into what investigators described as a criminal investigation.
To be God.
You want it to be, but Annie was.
Even worse, you were like a poser. I was a poser.
She was a preppy poser.
I was.
She was.
Law enforcement officials noted that Nancy's phone, car, wallet, and essential medications were still inside her home when her family arrived. And given her age and medical needs, seeing as she relies heavily on her medication, investigators were almost certain she hadn't wandered off or left voluntarily. And that initial observation was critical because it moved the case into the realm where foul play was strongly suspected. What made the situation even more alarming was how law enforcement described the home when they entered. They found evidence that suggested something was seriously wrong. While officials have been cautious about releasing information, multiple outlets have confirmed there were signs of forced entry and physical evidence. There was blood inside the house and on the porch, which matched Nancy's DNA, a profound signal to investigators that her disappearance was not accidental.
Seeing the very place you were born is not something most people get to do or
That's
see.
true.
To get to go back with my mom, it's just really special.
Special time, amazingly.
Then came the critical piece of evidence that shifted the public understanding of the timeline: surveillance footage from a doorbell camera at Nancy's home. Investigators recovered video showing a masked and gloved individual on her front porch in the early hours of February the 1st, approximately between 1:47 a.m. and 2:28 a.m., after her family had last seen her the night before. In the footage released by the FBI and Sheriff's Office, the person is seen interfering with the doorbell camera, apparently tampering with or disconnecting it, and then leaving the area. And that particular moment, captured on video, became the cornerstone of the belief that Nancy was likely taken against her will. For investigators, the video raised more questions than answers. The suspect's face was obscured, their identity remains unknown, and the motive behind their actions has not been determined. But law enforcement officials say they are confident the person in the footage is central to the case. They're either a direct suspect or someone present during the critical moments that led to Nancy's disappearance.
Well, first of all, I'd ask them, go through their cameras. Go through their Ring cameras, whatever cameras they may have. Don't dismiss it that, oh, well, we really can't see the house. They still might see something. Maybe it's somebody walking by. Maybe it's a vehicle driving by at that time of day. But go through all your cameras in that neighborhood and tell us if you see something. Maybe somebody already, we know this happens, right? Oh, I saw something suspicious, but I didn't think it was worth calling in, so I didn't call it in. Well, now it's call in anything you've seen or heard. Maybe it's a neighbor telling you, you know, I saw this or I heard that. Call us. Don't tell the neighbor to call us. Tell the neighbor to call us, but you call us as well. We'll put it together. We'll get, trust me, I'm sure we're going to get inundated with a lot of calls. We'll handle that.
As the search continued through February, authorities combed through not only the home, but also the surrounding community. That effort included reviewing additional surveillance footage from neighbours, searching nearby properties, canvassing the neighbourhood for witnesses, and following up on thousands of tips from the public. By mid-February, law enforcement reported having received tens of thousands of calls and leads, all of which were being reviewed methodically.
This won't be one of those easy at-home recipes.
No.
Okay, tell me about what we have.
Not very healthy either.
Okay, that's fine.
One of the most significant challenges investigators have faced is the processing of physical evidence recovered at the scene and nearby.
I feel like people should be out here supporting more, especially if it was their own parents, you know. And it's really scary out, and there should be a lot of people being more aware of this going on.
Officials confirmed that DNA found on a glove that was located approximately 2 miles away from Nancy's home did not match any profiles on the National Criminal Database. The glove, believed by law enforcement to have been linked to the person seen in the surveillance footage, was one of the most significant pieces of evidence. So the fact that the DNA did not match was disappointing for authorities. It eliminated the possibility of quickly identifying a known offender in the system. Meanwhile, there have been additional distressing developments that have complicated the investigation. There were reports of ransom notes being sent to local media outlets early in the case. One of those notes claimed to have specific details about Nancy's disappearance and demanded payment. Authorities have not confirmed the legitimacy of these communications. They warned that such notes could be hoaxes or opportunistic scams exploiting public attention. The emotional dimension of this story has also played out publicly. Savannah Guthrie, her siblings, and other family members have been visibly involved in the search. Savannah, who stepped away from her broadcasting duties, including co-hosting the opening ceremonies of the 2026 Winter Olympics, has posted heartfelt video appeals asking for anyone with information to come forward and express hope that her mother could still be found alive.
Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
The public's response to these appeals has been diverse and intense. On one hand, millions have expressed support, sharing messages of hope, prayer, and solidarity. On the other hand, the high-profile nature of the investigation has drawn speculation and criticism. Authorities warn this could interfere with the case and mislead the public. Another important point has been the clarification that no immediate family members including Savannah and her siblings, are being considered suspects. This statement was issued in part to counter unfounded rumours that were circulating online. Detectives continue to evaluate forensic evidence, piece together timelines from multiple devices and surveillance cameras, and pursue interview leads. They're combing through potential digital clues, such as signal tracking of Nancy's pacemaker device, and asking the community to submit any footage or information they might have from the relevant time period. For more summaries like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.